and happy holidays from your Jamerson Library family. I'm MaKayla, your resident Library Fairy. Now, Christmas is one of my favorite holidays of the year, and I always like to read a story before I settle down for the evening. But everyone knows the story of the night before Christmas, and the saying always starts with, "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse." But I wonder about other creatures' night before Christmas. And like the creatures on my dress, we're going to read about the dinosaurs' night before Christmas. So come on in, sit in close, as I begin with the story of the dinosaurs' night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the hall not a creature was stirring. There was no sound at all. The fossils were standing where they always stood, looking out over a now fast asleep neighborhood. And across the wide street, a small boy tucked in tight wished the museum's dinosaurs all a good night. But just as the boy was beginning to doze, an unusual clatter of noises arose. Such a racket of creaking sounds filled the boy's head that he woke with a start and sat straight up in bed. Peering out through his window, he saw, clear as day, that the dinosaur fossils were starting to sway. Back and forth the bones shook on their pins and their stands, swinging necks, bending knees, and outstretching their hands. And believe it or not, it was certainly true that the dinosaurs' bodies were growing anew, sprouting rainbows of colorful feathers and scales from the tops of their heads to the tips of their tails. So fantastic a scene, the boy had to see more. So he dashed down the stairs and right out his front door. With no care about snowdrifts that covered the street, the boy hurried across it with just his bare feet. And by luck, the boy found the museum unlocked. So he raced to the dinosaur floor. Then he stopped, for he suddenly thought, could a room full of beasts who for millions of years have had nothing to eat find a small bite-sized boy so delicious a sight that they forego a friendship for sheer appetite? And just then from behind the boy came a loud hiss as a large toothy mouth seized the boy with a kiss. A T-Rex who was wearing a wreath on his head, eating handfuls of pterosaur-shaped gingerbread, and an ambush had caught the small boy, don't you know, standing right below the dinosaur's mistletoe. With a pat on the back and a cup of eggnog, the boy helped the kind dinosaurs light their Yule log, and together they joyfully danced round the fire, singing holiday songs and melodious choir. Then a band of young duckbills, all dressed up in holly, invited the boy, with a gesture quite jolly, to stand upon their heads and reach way out far and top their tall tree with a bright Christmas star. From a distance, the soft tinkling sound of sleigh bells echoed through the large hall as a booming voice swelled, calling Bronto and Maya and Steggy and Packy, on Tritops and Raptor, on Rexy and Bracky. And cheers rang out as through the window appeared Santasaurus with a sleigh pulled by 8 dino deer. Handing out gift wrap packages to every beast, Santasaurus swooped down and then headed due east. But the boy, catching hold as the sled sailed by, hitched a ride home with Santasaur through the night sky. Landing safe in his bed on soft pillows of down, the boy waved as the Santasaur flew over town. And the Santasaur said as he sped out of sight, "There's a dinosaur ball every Christmas Eve night." Shining rays from the morning sun on Christmas Day made the nighttime festivities fade fast away. But the folks at the museum all wanted to know why the T-Rex was holding a sprig of mistletoe. Well, I guess that'll be for another time next Christmas. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from your Jamerson Library Fairy.